23,000 years ago, someone walked along the edge of an ancient lake in what is now New Mexico. Their footprints remained buried beneath layers of sediment for thousands of years. And when scientists finally discovered how old they were, they realized those simple footprints could change the history of the Americas. The discovery was made at White Sands National Park, a vast desert landscape famous today for its enormous white gypsum dunes. But during the Ice Age, this place looked completely different. Instead of a dry desert, the area contained a large lake surrounded by wetlands, plants, animals, and humans. Researchers found thousands of fossilized footprints preserved in the ancient lakebed. Some belonged to mammoths, giant ground sloths, and other Ice Age animals. But others were unmistakably human. There were footprints from adults, teenagers, and children. Some tracks even appear to show people walking together across the muddy landscape. The discovery was already fascinating, but the real surprise came when scientists tried to determine their age. For decades, one of the most common ideas was that humans arrived in the Americas roughly 13,000 years ago, around the time of the Clovis culture. But the footprints at White Sands appeared to be much older. Researchers studied layers containing ancient seeds found around the footprints. The results suggested that humans had walked there between approximately 21,000 and 23,000 years ago. That would place people in North America during the last glacial maximum, thousands of years earlier than the traditional Clovis timeline. The results were published in 2021 and immediately attracted international attention. But there was a problem. Some scientists questioned the dating method. The original dates relied on seeds from an aquatic plant called Ruppia serosa. Because aquatic plants can absorb carbon from old sources in the water, researchers questioned whether the seeds might appear older than they really were. So the age of the footprints needed stronger evidence. Scientists returned to White Sands and used other dating methods. They analyzed pollen from terrestrial plants and quartz grains from the same geological layers. And the new results supported the original conclusion. The footprints really were extremely old. The evidence indicated that humans were present at White Sands thousands of years before the Clovis culture. And that changes an important question about the history of the Americas. Instead of asking whether humans were here before Clovis, researchers can now investigate how much earlier people arrived, which routes they followed, and how they lived during the Ice Age. White Sands also gives us something archaeological sites rarely preserve. Not just tools, not just bones, but actual moments of human movement. One remarkable set of tracks appears to have been made by a person carrying a small child. At certain points, the child's footprints appear beside the adult tracks, suggesting the child was occasionally placed on the ground before being picked up again. Other tracks show children moving around together. These footprints don't tell us their names or where they were going, but they show that families were living and moving through this landscape more than 20,000 years ago. Today, White Sands continues to be studied, and researchers are still uncovering clues preserved beneath the ground. But one thing has already become clear. The history of humans in North America is older and more complex than scientists once believed. And some of the evidence wasn't found inside a tomb or an ancient city. It was preserved in footprints left in the mud. If you enjoy archaeological discoveries and true stories that change what we know about the past, subscribe to the channel. And tell me in the comments, what would you think if you found a human footprint that had been hidden for 23,000 years?